Welcome to the Hove Park, the renovated stadium. We are here for the first Division 1 game here in Game Week 4. It is Seasiders taking on Highland Town. This is the first of the two meeting this weekend. And as obviously tomorrow at 9:30 we'll have the Valor Cup between these two teams, however at the Snake's Den. Seasiders, with the hundreds of players that they have, they've obviously unexpectedly have risen a minimum of 15 players. I wonder how Jim's gonna go about with this game and who's he gonna start, who's he gonna bench, how is he gonna rotate. Oh, there's a 19th for you. Oh, Blue Saint's back. Okay, hello AA. Ooh, that's a very good question. It's either going to be a draw or a very close win. So like Seasiders winning 5-4. Maybe Highland winning 3-2. Can you hear me? It's either going to be just a really close win or a draw. So it really depends. Uh, but yeah, ask the stream. Do I team him? Hmm. Do you think AA should team him Stewart, guys? Do you think we should team Adol, Anti, Stewart? Anyway, let's have a look at these lockers. You're right there, mate. Okay. So, both squads are out, and we'll see who there is. For the home side, it is Chicken Salad Jude and Daniel in defence, with Gustavo and De William on the wings, with up front Onyx Draxels, otherwise known as A's. For Highland Town in defence, it is most likely Nikita Gorskov and Razor, with the midfield consisting of Blue Saint and Trossard, with Danuma up front, unless it's Danuma and Blue Saint the other way round. But I'm pretty sure Trossard's on the wing for sure, and Razor and Nikita are on the bench, in the defence, most likely. The Seasiders are probably going to take up every single seat, as it's time to go to the tunnels for the first game of Division 1. Seasiders to take on Highland Town. AA is the ref, known very well amongst the refereeing ranks, and one of the most favourite amongst the community. If you ask, if any team I've played for, every time they see AA be the ref, they are very happy to see him. So we're about to have the walkout with the players going onto the pitch in a couple seconds. You're welcome. Literally, right. Anyway, okay, tomorrow. I can do early tomorrow. So, like, before 4 p.m. Where's Highland? No. Hello, AA. So you've seen the squads, you see the bench. Now it's time to take it to the pitch for the opening Division One game of the opening Division One game of Game Week 4. We have two competitive teams, and we are ready to get this game underway for the first time. Kickoff will be from Seasiders, with Gustavo actually up front instead of A's. And as I suspected, actually Razor Trossard's playing centre-back with Nikita Gorskov, Danuma and Razor on the wings with Blue Saints up front. For Seasiders, Chicken Salad Jude and Daniel in defence, William and A's on the wings, and Gustavo up front. But now we're going to get this game underway. One of the most competitive games we will see this game week, with Seasiders taking on Highland Town. They'll be playing again in the Valor Cup tomorrow at 9:30, which also will be streamed on 4D Sports. But anyway, we are underway. Seasiders, obviously, as you can already see, their fans already going to be in full swing, as they are, well, some might say, one of the most known, as it's 1-0 already. It's a quick start for Seasiders. It's Gustavo with a long-range Moss. And Seasiders gets an early lead. That's a very calm Moss. I agree with you there at AAs. Due to fights between Seasiders and Kingsley Ultras, Seasiders actually captured some of Kingsley's banners. And as you can see over there at the stands, you can see those flipped over red and black banners towards the right-hand side, which are all Kingsley banners and all flipped upside down. But anyway, Seasiders get the early lead on 1-0 against Highland Town, and now Seasiders would like to hold it out, as now Highland have their first kickoff of the match, which they lose. However, they regain the ball quite well, but A's gets a hold of it. Seasiders, obviously, one of the most dangerous teams out there due to their very large amounts of players, and not only that, how most of them are pretty good, some might say. Jim and Daniel are very good centre backs. A's is obviously, we've seen on 40 Sports before, and how he plays. Same with De William. He's a bit good. It's 2-0. Speaking of A's, he makes it 2. And what's happened to Highland? They're obviously not switched on here at the start of this match, and hopefully it's gonna turn around. Time for positions. It is Highland once again, their second of the game here in the first half. Seasiders lead 2-0 with a very shockingly early lead. However, Highland have actually finally got it into the Seasiders half. However, it immediately goes back into their own half as Nikita Gorskov is going to try and clear it forward. He has sort of done it, but Jim will be there. As it's crossed in already, Gustavo is going to go over the bar and cleared away by Nikita Gorskov. A's in the corner, crossed in for Gustavo once again, but Nate gets there and clears it away. The lowest rated player last season, as it's an open net. However, Jim gets there easily before Blue Saint can. Gustavo falls over to the right-hand side of William. Can he cross it in well, or Razor will get there first? Blue Saints, he loses the 50, falls over to A's as the defence of Highland needs to stand strong at the moment if they don't want to concede any more goals, and the attack needs to switch on and get past this Seasiders defence if they want to even have a chance of bringing this game back. A's crosses in for Gustavo. William, it's wide. A's cleared away by Nate. Good last minute defending there by Highland. It's a bit of an unlucky shot from Gustavo. A's William. Good passing play. But Seasiders can't put it into the back of the net just yet. Cleared up forward. Chicken Salad Jude gets onto it. Passes it back to William. Back to Jude. Nate clears it away. Left-hand side to Razor, who loses the 50. But Nikita, once again, trying to clear it away. But that Seasiders team knows what to do, knows how to play, and obviously are way more switched on than Highland are. But it's an open goal. Jim gets there luckily before any danger appears for Seasiders. Crossed over to the centre, Trossard. He backpedals a little bit, but Daniel will always be there in a situation like that. Trossard, he tackles him. Can we see a good cross? Falls over to William, but the cross is slightly off the man that it was targeted at. And 3-0 will not come just yet for Seasiders. Ball now in the corner. William, can he put in a good and sufficient cross? No, he cannot, as Nikita Gorskov at that front post clears it away. Can we see a counter-attack begin for Highland Town as they are trying to scramble it and get it away as much as they can as possible? Is it possible? Most likely, obviously. This is Division 1 football and this is apparently the pinnacle of the BFC. So, obviously, these two teams are also one of the favourites to push high up. And Gustavo has a shot, but it's saved by Nikita Gorskov as A's hits 3-0 to Seasiders. And it's an unexpected lead for them, as it was supposed to be a bit more competitive between the two clubs. However, Seasiders lead, and it's not looking good for Highland. That is A's second goal of today. And also, let's turn the volume a bit up, just in case. Anyway, position once again for a third Highland kickoff, as we have an exploiter. Okay, good man. There was a pitch invader that also caused some players to be flinged. My ACL's gone. I think it was gone before the game, Razzle. So if there's another exploiter, but it will be a kick-off for Highland Town. Fans won't be kicked at the moment, but if another exploit comes in or any lag ball, it will most likely result in a kicking of the fans. Blue Saints to take the kickoff for the third time this match now. Anyway, Highland Town kickoff. We most likely will have some extra time. And we're back underway for Division 1 Game Week 4. Seasiders lead 3-0 here in the first half. A's has scored a brace and Gustavo scored a Moss early on in the game. We'll see if Seasiders can extend that lead or can Highland slowly try to make it back up. A's falls to the centre of Blue Saints. Can Highland get a good ball forward for once? It's a opportunity building. Jim gets it over to the left-hand side. Razor falls back over. Gustavo clears it forward though and falls over to William. Puts it to the centre. Back to William. Trossard will be there to clear it away. However, William crosses it in, but good defending by Nate. The Highland defender was on loan at Rex last season, but has been a Highland player for, I think, 2 seasons now. Since, pretty sure, season 6, maybe even earlier. I'm not quite sure. As it's crossed in, Gustavo saved by Nate. Jim, William, gone over to Gustavo, but he can't get the... That's normal, AA. It's delayed because it's kind of like... Because it's recording what I'm doing, and then it's kind of showing the stream. I think every single stream's like that, on YouTube at least. I don't know about Twitch, I don't know about any others, but I know YouTube's like that. Yes, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it's just a PlayStation and YouTube problem. I think it's like a mixed in two. But it's the shot. Ace! It's his hat-trick. It's 4-0. It's an own goal for Nate. So Ace can't get his hat-trick just yet. But Seasiders now lead 4-0. Okay, I'm stuck now. I'm stuck. Anyway, we're going to get back underway. Blue Saints restarts for the 4th time. It's Danuma. Gets it over to the centre. Gustavo gets it over to the left-hand side of A's. Obviously, Danuma has one of the tougher opponents to face out of this Seasider squad. A's is arguably one of the best players amongst Seasiders. You can also say Treeps is very good. Isaac's come back in 2 years. Anyway, it's cleared forward, but Jim clears it away. I'm pretty sure Isaac went to Langston anyway, but doesn't really matter. Nikita clears it forward, goes over to Razor. Jim, can he clear it away? No, he can't. Can we see finally an attack for Highland? This is the first attack of the match, I'm pretty sure, for the Snakes from the Isle of Man, as it's a good opportunity. Blue saying Danuma. Trossard gets it over to the right-hand side. Danuma once again. Can he cross it in? It's good block by Daniel. Trossard. Danuma once again. Daniel. It's bouncing between players at the moment. Can we see an attack for either club? It will be Seasiders. A's. Falls over to Daniel. Played forward once again. Back to A's. Can we see a cross come in? It's an open goal, but it's cleared away by Nikita. It was an open front post there, and it's lucky to be cleared away by Highland. And Seasiders didn't notice. Dan Numa falls back to Nate. A's with a good block. Nikita says, clears it over to the corner. A's whips it back in. Gustavo hits the post. And it won't go in that time, but we still have an opportunity for Seasiders with 1 minute and a half to go in this first half. Jim cleared up forward to William. Crossed in, saved by the Highland defence. As Highland just in general just really need to lock in if they want to make any chance of a comeback. More people expected this to be more rather of a competitive game, like a goal maybe in the last couple of minutes, a draw coming in. But Seasiders have really controlled the game so far. Highland only having one attack this whole half and one shot that was, I'm pretty sure, off target or like minimally on target. But Seasiders are just in full control of the ball as it's crossed in over the bar by A's. Very close moment there for Seasiders and for Highland Town to concede another goal. William Gustavo saved by Nikita. Nikita, a Ballon d'Or nominee, the Highland defender. A's. Blue Saint. It's a low ball that brings the ball forward. Can we see Seasiders get a fifth before half time? A's cleared away as it goes up to Blue Saint. We have an opportunity. Falls over to the left-hand side. Can we see? It's going to be 30 seconds extra time due to the exploiting. However, we could see a fifth goal from Seasiders still approach. Gustavo missed. It will be blocked by Highland Town. As the ET and the first half slowly comes to an end, Seasiders review after we will review over. We'll talk about what's happened in the 2-minute break that we'll have. But anyway, it will be LA Seasiders. Gustavo. William hits it over to Daniel, but Blue Saint tackles and it's gonna go over. And it's full half time. Seasiders are leading 4-0 so far. Seasiders in full control of this game. They've been playing very well so far. And we'll see if it improves. The Seasiders fans are definitely very happy about this one. Excuse me, sir. Oh, it's time for the HT show. It's me. Me. Oh, great. My breaking point goes. 4D Sports, if you would like to know what they are, well, I'm about to tell you. So, after this, we will have a couple more games today. We have Rex versus Glasgow, Partick Thistle versus Shetland Rovers, Leith Harps versus Wicking, Milton Keynes versus Newport. Those are the games for today. Tomorrow, we will also have AFC West Shields versus Canterbury, AFC Windsor against Dartfield, Porthmadog versus Western Riverside, Sheffield City versus Galling, Broth versus Leith Harps, and Highland Town versus Seasiders, the rematch, but this time at Snake's Den. So make sure to subscribe for all those games coming up on 4D Sports. Also after this, literally straight after the game, I'm going to have a RLFF official. It's at 4:30, so I'm going to get there late. But who cares, innit? The owner's excused me. He says, go on, you can commentate. So here we go. Anyway, we're underway for the second half of Seaside versus Highland Town. The Seasiders lead 4-0 after a dominant first half. We'll see if tides changed in the second half. We've had some subs. Gustavo and William have come off for Kian and Lacock, and in defence, Daniel came off for Marty. So we'll see how those subs change the shape of the game. Can we see a Highland late comeback? We'll find out. But however, Seasiders currently still controlling the ball. Ace shoots. It's going to be low, and it will be saved by the Highland Town defence. Is he not? Oh, anyway, okay, golden boots. No, Razor. I got told it was Lacock. I don't know why. But anyway, Trossard gets it over to Razor. However, intercepted by A's. Marty brings it forward. Cleared over to left-hand side. Oh. Anyway. Oh, it's Golden Thunder. Right, I got it mixed up. But it's an open goal at the back post, but everyone scrambles over in that Seaside's defence to clear it away. Trossard. Blue Saints. And that is the first threatening attack Highland have had this match. And that only comes after subs from Seasiders. Bit interesting, if you ask me. Anyway, it's crossed in, cleared away by Jim as Kian gets it further forward. Trossard. Razor. If you looked at the odds into this game and see the score now, you'd probably think this stream is probably AI. It's not. Seasiders are actually currently hammering Highland Town 4-0, which is something nobody probably expected. Everyone expected a close game, as it does seem very competitive on paper. However, Highland don't actually have their strongest squad. They don't have Valeria or Scandi, as it's cleared away, luckily on the line from Highland Town. Jim gets it forward over to Golden, as it's an open chance for a goal there for Seasiders. However, can't be taken. And Highland's defence stays strong as another boss attempt. This time hits the crossbar. Daniel clears it forward. Jim tries to put it to the centre. However, it's good block. Someone else is streaming, I'm pretty sure. Sorry. But it's a back pedal, but Martinas luckily hits the post with that back pedal rather than getting it into his own net. And that is the actual... And Highlands are actually slowly starting to threaten Seaside as they've obviously lifted off the accelerator into this game. They have the advantage and now just want to hold it out at this score. We'll see if a fifth does creep in, maybe a first for Highland Town, but we'll find out as the game further unfolds. Nikita. Razor. It's an open chance there, but Jim is luckily there. Danuma. Marty clears it away. Blue Saint backpedals it over to Nikita, where it's tackled by Kian, and it gets over to Ace. Can we see a fifth goal for Seasiders? Can we see a hat-trick for Ace? As Golden Boots has a shot, but it's saved by Trossard. That tiny little hit pushed it over wide. Blue Saint. Kian. It's bouncing between Highland players. They can't get a hold of the ball. And now Seasiders back on the attack. Golden Boots in the corner. Crossed in, cleared away. Luckily for Highland Town, for now, the threat is somewhat over. On paper right now, Highland definitely seems stronger, as it's the shots. Very ambitious there from Marcy. I'm pretty sure that was more of a pass than a shot. But I think if it had any more speed, that could have been definitely on target and could have definitely threatened a 5-0 for Highland and benefited Seasiders. Jim. Golden Boots. A's. Razor clears it forward. Marty heads it back over. As it's crossed in! It's 5! Kian scores! 5-0 to Seasiders. What is happening right now? Nobody knows. Nobody expected this. Maybe some might. Kian Kate comes on and scores his first. Blue Saint to take the kickoff. Anyway, we're back underway. Highland down 5. Golden Boots. Trossard clears it away. Age tries to smack it back in. However, the way he hits it puts it over to the right-hand side, more rather on target. Marty. Razor. Cleared over to the centre. Blue Saint. Back to Razor. Ace, can he tackle? Gets it over to Kian. Can we see a cross? It's low, and Kian can't receive it. Blue Saint tries to clear it forward. He does so. Razor sent over to the right-hand side. Danjuma. Razor. Danjuma. Jim clears it away, luckily, in the nick of time. Can we see at least a constellation goal coming for Highland? Nikita, Golden Boots intercepts. And now it's a counter-attack from Highland. Highland from Seasiders. A's shot, it will go wide. As it's crossed in once again. Golden Boots makes it, it's Kian. Actually, as it subs for Seasiders. Kian's gets his brace as subs for Seasiders. We'll see who they are. Dylan will be coming on. And who else will be coming on for Seasiders? No, it won't be Dylan. You will see he'll be coming on in just a second. I see someone's coming over there. I can't really get close, so I can't actually see who it is. Okay, it's B1 coming on for, I'm guessing, Chicken Salad Jude. same as Amadamia Nut. And Golden Boots is coming off. A's is coming off. Amadamia Nut and B1 are coming on. Chicken Salad Jew moves up to midfield. As Ace stays on the pitch. Kian came off as well. So with 3 minutes left here in the second half, Seaside is now playing with a much more weakened team. Due to, obviously, rotation and their high advantage. Highland, obviously, it's practically impossible for Highland to come back from this. Because even if it gets too threatening for Seasiders, they'll just bring back in their main squad. So, with 3 minutes to go, we are back underway. Here in the second half, Seasiders lead 6-0 against Highland Town. Seasiders obviously lifted off the accelerator this half as they were leading 4-0 going into half-time. However, Seasiders still found out 2 goals, both from Kian, as Seaside is just still in control of that ball, and it just shows how strong that team can be, even with the rotation coming into play. As it's crossed in, Amadamia! A's slightly out of position, could have finished it if he was there at the back post. However, it's not 7-0 for Seasiders just yet. Maybe we'll see it in the next 2.5 minutes. Well, we'll find out. And I've been smacked by Adol. Can you go away, please? A's. Gets it over to Marty. Marty and A's getting over to the corner. Can we see 7? No, it won't be. It's a good defending from Highland. And it falls over, so nobody can finish it from either side. We won't see any own goals. Now we'll see a goal for Seasiders just yet. We'll find out. Maybe with this attack, if will it be 7. I've been godded. Good. Anyway, A's. Ahmad falls over to Blizzard. I'm pretty sure that says Blizzard, as he's trying to spell. Trossard cleared it forward to Danuma. Left-hand side to Razor. Razor falls back to Blue Saints. Blizzard. A's. Jim. Can't get it on target. Marty. Back to A's. We're in the last minute right now. Seasiders lead 6-0 here as that RLF official has definitely started, so I am a bit late. But it's 7-0. Amadania scores. Jim with the assist, but with 35 seconds left, the game has been definitely put to bed. It was probably put to bed at half-time, really. I think he's joking, mate. And we are back underway. Blue Saints getting the ball forward. Can we see a 7-1 maybe? Or maybe even 8-0. As Highland have had the amount of attacks I can probably count on one hand. Whereas Seasiders, I can't even count on my hands and feet. So Seasiders have been in full control since that first kickoff taken by Gustavo in the first half. As Ahmad A's shots, 15 seconds ET. And it will still most likely be last attack to Seasiders, so we are in the 5 seconds left of that of that added time. Last attack. Jim gets it over to the left-hand side. Ahmad. Ace. Ahmad once again. Can't get that goal. Jim. Danuma. Will Blizzard backpedal? No, he won't. He'll keep the attack alive. They are chasing an 8th. And it is! It will be 8, and it's a brilliant strike from Marty. I literally don't know how to react to that. I stayed quiet because I didn't expect that to go in. But it's 8-0. Seasiders win 8-0, and I need to get to an RLFF official. But remember to subscribe. Game coming at 6 with Partick Thistle versus Shetland Rovers. We'll see you next time. Actually, no, Rex versus Glasgow at 5:30. So I might not even make Shetland. But we'll see. If there'll be like 0-0 each, it'll be like, if there'll be like no goals, we'll be fine. But we'll see. Thank you for watching. See you next time.